race for the Premier League title is still hot to bloody trot after Liverpool could only muster a draw against Manchester United. Who's going to take full advantage this week in another ding-dong encounter over in the Premier League? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks, back once again with a prediction video. Today we're taking a look at match number 33, I think, over in the Premier League, and we'll get to it in a second. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for the Premier League is right here, boys and girls, in the hottest title race we've had in years. That's right, 3 teams remain, of course, but who will take full advantage in another busy week over in the Premier League? We'll get into it, all of it, in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash your subscribe, boys and girls. Now, we have been a bit bumpy on the old prediction rankings. I'm not sure when we were last with you for the Premier League, but we're back here in full glory, full HD with the next round of games. But let's recap the results that were this past weekend to see where we all are in the table. That's right, so here we go. Man City with a big 4-2 win over Palace at Selhurst Park. Big win for them to maintain their title ambitions. Villa with a 3-3 draw against Brentford, who are struggling at the moment. Hot off the press, Everton with another 2 points deduction, I think I just read. But they did pick up a cheeky 1-0 win over Burnley in the Sean Dyche derby. Fulham with a 1-0 loss against the Geordies, big win for them on the road. Luton Town with a massive 2-1 win over Bournemouth. They need these results. West Ham 2-1 winners over Wolves in the battle of the W's. Brighton lost at home to Arsenal, 3-0 win for them. Manchester United with a 2-2 draw against Liverpool, another classic there. Sheffield United with a 2-2 draw against Chelsea, we love to see it. And of course Tottenham Hotspur with a 3-1 win over Forest in the Brennan Johnson derby. Those are of course my picks, guys and gals and ghouls, but this is the table as it stands. As you can see, Arsenal leading the charge, of course, Liverpool in second spot with goal difference being a major factor, and Man City are in third at the moment with 70 points as well. Spurs are in fourth, and they have a major bearing on the title race, having to play City and Liverpool before the end of the season. Of course, Villa are in fourth on goal difference as well. Then it's Manchester United, who realistically, you would imagine, are out of the top 4 race. Going down is Sheffield United, Burnley and Luton, and of course this table is right as I've recorded with those point deductions, I believe, for Everton, but at the moment Luton Town are in the drop zone on goal difference. Brentford and Everton are not completely out of the woods just yet, and we'll see what happens with their points deduction as well. And I do believe Palace also could be in that discussion. So I think 14th and down are in the conversation, but realistically, you're looking at Everton, Brentford, Forest to maybe have a bit of an argument with the relegation discussion there. But anyway, that's that. We are getting into the deep end in just a second. Of course, we are going to, look at the Super Brew, if I can get it fired up here for you. And, of course, see how you guys, who have been still playing, of course, it's been hard to keep up. Of course, busy manic period over Easter. But let's, of course, have a little look at how we all got on and with their prediction. Not me then, because I'm out. Here are the latest results. Of course, Xandus, 14 points for him. Well done to you. Vindaloo Victory, 13.5. Frosty's up there with 12.5. Junior, Greeny up there with 12. And the Gaffer, then the Chasing Back Barcelona and Mo. If you see a name in there, do us a favour and smash the old like. Of course, a lot of guys have tapped out already. Us at the top of the table is Lewis R with 311 points right now. Just got half a point clearance of Blue Orbit in second spot. Then it's DJ Horn, Yav for VMPVP, Daddy Call, Vinny Hong, Bluebird Legend, and Alex Weller. Pretty much no movers in the top 8. But Vindaloo Victory, big move for him. Up 5 to number 9. Lem Richard gone down to number 10. And Xandus also on the move to number 11 spot. A lot of movers and shakers down the lower end of the table, but the top 8 is as you were. That's right. And of course, it could change this week with another busy period over in the Premier League. So let's waste no more time and have a look at them. Here they are, of course, some ding-dong matches coming at you, starting with the early game on Saturday, April the 13th. It is the Geordies, it is Spurs, it's at St James's Park. They have played each other 60 times in 1983. We've got 25 wins for the Geordies, 27 wins for Spurs. We've got 8 draws. Of course, the biggest win for all the Geordies was a 7-1 win, scoring 92 goals in those 60 matches, 1.53 goals a game on average. Spurs, though, 5-0 win, their biggest, scoring 98 goals in those 60 matches, 1.63 goals a game on average. Of course, Spurs, 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are still 4th, 60 points for the campaign. The Geordies are in 8th, 47 points for the season, unbeaten in the last 3 matches heading into this one. Last time around, though, over at St James's Park, it was a 6-1 win for Newcastle way back in April 2023. The reverse fixture at the Tottenham Hotspur Fancy Pants Stadium was a 4-1 win for Tottenham, of course. The bookies for this one, they are 13-8 is your Newcastle, 3-1 is the draw, 11-8 is your Spurs. All eyes on this one. I think it's going to be a goal fest, but I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw, point apiece, and Spurs will be happier with that one as Newcastle want to climb that table, don't they? Meanwhile, relegation 6-pointer is Brentford, it's Sheffield United. It's coming at you over at the Community Stadium. They played 11 times in 2011, 2 wins for Brentford, 6 wins for Sheffield United, and 3 draws, of course. Brentford 3-1 win the biggest, scoring 10 goals in 11 matches, 0.91 goals a game. It's Sheffield United 2-0 win the biggest, scoring 15 goals in 11 matches, 1.36 goals a game. The Blaze, 25% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 4. They are 20th with 16 points for the season against the Brentford side. Winless in the last 9 matches, however, drawing the last 3, 33% form for them right now. They are 15th with 29 points for the season as well. Last time around, though, over at Brentford, it was a 3-2 win for Sheffield United back in November 2018. That was in the Championship. The reverse fixture this campaign at Bramall Lane was a 1-0 win for Sheffield United back in December. The odds for this, 9-4 on is your Brentford Red Hot favourites, 15-4. The draw, 6-1 is your long shots. That's Sheffield United. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Brentford. I'm really thinking that as we speak, it does smell like a draw, doesn't it? Meanwhile, because draws don't do anyone any favours and it keeps things as they are, but I think Brentford might just nick it. Burnley against Brighton in the Battle of the Bees over at Turf Moor. That's right, played 25 times since 2002, got 6 wins apiece, 13 draws, of course. The biggest win for the Freaks, 3-0 win, scoring 24 goals in 25 matches, 0.96 goals a game. Brighton, though, 2-0 win the biggest, scoring 24 goals also in 25 matches, 0.96 goals a game as well. Brighton, 42% form for them right now, winless in the last 3 matches, 10th at the table, 43 points for the season. Burnley just 1 defeat in the last 5. They're grinding out results right now, 42% form for them as well, 19th at the table, 19 points for the season as well. Last time around, though, over at Turdmore, it was a 2-1 win for Brighton, that's right, way back in August 2021. The reverse fixture at the Amex was a 1-1 draw back in December this season. Of course, the odds right here right now, 11-4 is your Burnley, 14-5 the draw, 11-10 on is your Brighton here. I think I've got Burnley not losing this one. I've gone with another draw, point apiece. Doesn't really help Burnley whatsoever. Doesn't really help Brighton either. So wipe your face on that one. Going to go with a draw. Meanwhile, Man City against Luton. Stone cold home win, you would imagine. The Etihad played each other twice, 2023, 2 wins out of 2 for City. Of course, 6-2 win, their biggest, scoring 8 goals in those 2 games, 4 goals a game on average. Meanwhile, Luton have scored 3 goals in those 2 games against Man City, 1.50 goals a game on average. They're on 33% form, are Luton right now, just 1 win in the last 6 games. They are 18th with 25 points for the season. Man City, unbeaten in at least the last 6 games, 83% form for them right now. 3rd in the table, 70 points for the campaign as well. Last time around, of course, the reverse fixture was a 2-1 win for City at the Kenilworth Road back in December 2023. They also played each other in the FA Cup. It was a 6-2 demolition job by Manchester City way back in February. The odds for this, though, City are 11-1 on for the victory, 10-1 is the draw, 21 is your Luton. Of course, City are in action with a busy Champions League endeavour against Real Madrid midweek, so that's, of course, could be a factor in this game. But, of course, it's going to be a stone cold home win. 3-0 win for City, and that's me being nice. Next up, of course, we have Forest against Wolves, of course. Forest need the results. Wolves also, if they want to place very high in the top 10. Played each other 31 times in 1983. 7 wins for Forest, 14 wins for Wolves. We've got 10 draws as well. Forest, 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 35 goals in those 31 matches, 1.13 goals a game. Wolves, 4-0 win the biggest, scoring 46 goals in those 31 matches, 1.48 goals a game. Wolves on a bit of a bad patch right now. They're 25% form for them, just 1 win. In the last 6 games, they're 11th with 42 points for the season against the Forest side. 17th for the table, 25 points for the camp, 33% form for them at the moment. Just 1 defeat in the last 4. Last time around, though, over at the City Ground, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2023. The reverse fixture at Molineux this campaign back in December, also a 1-1 draw. The odds for this one, Forest are 6-5 for the victory, 11-5 is your Wolves, 12-5 is the draw. And I think I'm also going that way again. Yep, another 1-1 draw, point apiece. Cannot separate the 2 sides despite the places in the table. Bournemouth against Manchester United coming at you over at the Vitality, or whatever, Dean Court, whatever they call it these days. Played each other 13 times, 5 or 15, 3 wins for Bournemouth, 9 for United, 1 draw, of course. Bournemouth 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 13 goals in those 13 games. That's a goal a game on average. United 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 26 goals in those 13 matches. That's 2 goals a game on average. On 50% form are Manchester United without a win in the last 3, 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 6. They are 6th, 49 points for the season. Bournemouth are 12th, 41 points for the season, 75% form for them as well. Last time around, over at the Bournemouth, it was a 1-win for Manchester United back in May 2023. The reverse fixture at Old Trafford. 3-0 win it was for Bournemouth back in December. The odds, though, for this, we're looking at Bournemouth 29-20 for the victory, 8-5 is United, and 14-5 is the draw. We're going to go with a 2-0 win for United. Points at the bag, and away they go. Meanwhile, Liverpool must win. Every game's a must win now. Up against Crystal Palace over at Anfield. Played each other 33 times in 1984. We've got 21 wins for Liverpool, 7 wins for Palace. 5 draws, of course, the biggest win for Liverpool. 7-0 win, scoring 70 goals in those 33 matches. 2.12 goals a game on average. Palace, though, 3-1 win, the biggest, scoring 35 goals in 33 matches. 1.06 goals a game. Just 1 win in the last 6 games for Palace. They're on 33% form for them right now. They are 14th with 30 points for the season. Liverpool are second with 71 points for the campaign. The last time out these two sides played each other over at Anfield, it was a 1-1 draw. We can't be having that. That was back in August 2022. The reverse fixture at Selhurst Park. 2-1 win it was for Liverpool back in December. The odds, 4-1 on is your Liverpool. 11-2 is the draw. 11-1 is your Palace here. Liverpool must win this one. As I said, every game's a winner, is a must win. 3-0 win, job done. Remain in the mix for that title. A defeat, and I think you're fucking toasted, mate. West Ham United, big week for them in Europe, up against Leverkusen. Talk about that in another video. Played each other up against Fulham this week over at London Stadium. Played each other 32 times since 2001. 18 wins for West Ham, 6 wins for Fulham, 8 draws, of course. The Hammers, 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 48 goals in those 32 matches, 1.50 goals a game. Fulham, 5-0 win the biggest, scoring 35 goals in those 32 matches, 1.09 goals a game on average. Fulham, just 1 win in the last 5, of course. 13 for the table, 39 points for the season. They're on 42% form for them over the last 6. West Ham, just 1 defeat in the last 6, 58% form for them. They are 7th with 48 points for the season as well. Last time around, though, over at London Stadium, a 3-1 win it was for West Ham back in October 2022. The reverse fixture at Craven Cottage was that big 5-0 win way back in December. The odds for this, though, the Hammers 5-4 for the victory, 2-1 is your Fulham, 30-5 is the draw here. Backing to West Ham here to continue their roller coaster season, 2-1 win for them, and keep on the push for European football once again. Arsenal against Aston Villa, a bit of a ding-dong affair over at Emirates Stadium. Played each other 57 times in 1983. What 33 wins for Arsenal, 10 wins for Villa, 14 draws, of course, the biggest win for the Gooners. 5-0 wins, scoring 105 goals in 57 matches, 1.84 goals a game at Arsenal. Aston Villa, 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 52 goals in 57 games, 0.91 goals a game. 50% form for Aston Villa right now, 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 6. 5th in the table, 60 points for the season. Arsenal, 5 wins the last 6 games, 92% form for them right now, unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. They are top with 71 points for the season. Last time around, over in London, it was a 2-1 win for Arsenal back in August 2022. The reverse fixture at Villa Park was a 1-0 win for Aston Villa back in December. Both in action in European competitions this week, but the odds here, 7-2 on is your Arsenal favourite here. 5-1 is the draw, 10-1 is your long shots. That's Aston Villa. It's going to be a 3-1 win for Arsenal, and as you can do the math, they'll probably be top of the table heading into the next week's action. But we'll confirm that in just 1 second as Chelsea take on Everton on Monday night, April the 15th, over at Stamford Bridge. And 9th place Chelsea against 16th place Everton. 72 times they have played each other since 1984. 33 wins for Chelsea, 16 wins for Everton, 23 draws between the two sides. 5-0 win the biggest for Chelsea. 116 goals scored in those 72 matches, 1.61 goals a game. Everton, 2-0 win the biggest, scoring 79 goals in 72 matches, 1.10 goals a game. 33% form for Everton right now, back-to-back games without a loss. 16 for the table, 27 points for the season against a Chelsea side, unbeaten in the last 6 games. They are 9th, 44 points for the season and 75% form for them heading into this one. Last time around, though, at Stamford Bridge, it was a 2-2 draw back in March 2023. The reverse fixture at Goodison back in December, 2-0 winner was for Everton way back when. The odds for this one is 10-7 on is your Chelsea, 14-5 the draw, 15-4 of course it is your away win, which is going to be Everton. They're not going to win this one. It's going to be Chelsea, 2-0 win, job done, 3 points in the bag. And if I'm right, this is what the table I think will look like. Don't forget, it's got some point deductions and all that mess on here, but it's Arsenal, Liverpool, City, and then Spurs, Villa in that 5th spot, Sheffield United, Burnley, and Luton, I believe. Look at that mid-table. The mid-table looks like ass. I don't believe it with the points deductions. I don't think they're reflected on that table. But anyway, that's the state of play there. Make sure you bang the like, bang the subscribe. Of course, we'll be back. It just keeps on going all the way into May, deep into the month of May. But we'll be back next week for the latest round of games. But until then, I'm done.